So this lesson is all about how we multiply with fractions. So the big idea for today's lesson is that we times across the numerators and we times across the denominators. And you can cancel down either horizontally or vertically before or after. It doesn't really matter. So if you like to kind of work with big numbers and you're very confident with your times tables, you can cancel down after using your equivalent fractions. I personally prefer cancelling down before because I just think it's a little bit simpler. So I'm going to go through two examples, one before and one after, and then I'm going to look at how we deal with mixed fractions. So the first one then, if we cancel down after, all we do is we just multiply the two numbers across the top and across the bottom. So 2 times 5 is 10, so we have 10 as our numerator, and 8 times 11 is 88. So 10 over 88 is our answer when we multiply the two fractions together. And if we simplify that, we can see these are both even numbers, so we can half them both, which gives us 5 over 44. We can't cancel down any more now because this is a prime number, 5. It's only divisible by 1 and 5. And 44 is not divisible by 5, so we can't cancel it down anymore. Now, if you want to cancel down before, because sometimes you can get some really big numbers and it takes you a while to cancel down, it makes more sense to cancel down before you actually do the calculations. So if you look at this example here, we can cancel down first of all vertically, just like you could with an equivalent fraction. So that would be 3 and 10. And we can also cancel down diagonally, okay? Because essentially what we're doing is we're timesing the numbers together on the top and the bottom. So 3 times 10 is 30, or we could say 10 divided by 10 is 1. And we can also cancel down the 3 and the 33 to 1 and 11. And now what you can see is what we're left with on the top of the fraction is a 1 and a 1. And 1 times 1 is very simply 1. And on the bottom of the fraction, we've got a 1 and an 11. So we're left with an 11th. And that would have been much easier than doing 6 times 10 is 60 and 20 times 33 is 660. And then cancelling down after. So next one then is about how we cancel down with mixed fractions. Now, just like we was doing the calculations on Monday, it's really important that you do top-heavy fractions first of all before you do any multiplication. Okay, this is a really, really fundamental fact whenever we're calculating with fractions. So 2 1/4, we said on Monday that we were doing 2 times the 4 is the 8, add 1 makes 9, so that's 9/4. And we're timesing that by 1 2/3. Well, 1 times 3 is 3, add 2 is 5, so that's 5/3. Now, we look to cancel down. Can't really cancel anything down vertically, but we can cancel down with the 9 and the 3 diagonally because they're both divisible by 3. So if we cancel, we've got 3's into 9 go 3 times and 3's into 3 go once. And now we can multiply the two numbers together. So 3 times 5 is 15 and 4 times 1 is 4. And then we've now got our answer. We can't simplify it anymore, but we have got a top-heavy fraction. And so what we're going to do is just turn it into a mixed fraction. So 4's in 15. Well, 3 4's are 12 and 4 4's are 16. So it goes in 3 times. And if 3 4's are 12, that leaves us with a remainder of 3. So our answer is 3 3/4.